Outer Banks, there's always this traffic in the warm months, and we just didn't get a jump on it fast enough. But we're actually heading over to the first supercharged spot, which is Fredericksburg. You can see there's all kinds of red on the map there, and this is going to be supercharged number 1928. So we're getting very close to 2000. Oh, I gotta put my autopilot buddy on. I took it off for service, I forgot. That's better. I'm sorry, we're not going to Fredericksburg, we're going to Stafford, Virginia. This is a new supercharger. I don't even know what's there. Denise better look up, see what stores are there.
I think we've been there.
No, it's new. Stafford. It's between Fredericksburg and Woodbridge. There was never used to be anything, but I guess with all this traffic, you have to have something. People run out of electricity. Look at all this traffic. Alright, so this is it right off the Garrisonville exit. It's on the other side of the road. You're gonna make a left turn and it's at a Wawa. And it is very confusing because you gotta make an immediate left turn, so you gotta get in this left area here. I'm pretty sure I did the correct thing. I hope I did. See, so after you turn, you're going down here, and there's the Wawa on the left, and you can only get to it by doing that. If you miss that, you miss the supercharger. Where do you see the supercharger? It's gonna be crowded here, isn't it? There it is in the back, and there's not too many Teslas. There's all kinds of stores up and down here, including a Target on the other side. And I know I used to stop at Chipotle here all the time. I remember back in the day, that was the health food for me. It's Chipotle. Not anymore. Too much salt. Even though a U-turn would make sense, you can't make one here. We have to sneak around the back. All right, let's see if the charge cable works. The charge door has not been opening yet. Not opening still. Have to kind of fool with it, but at least I can plug it in right away. Gotta get Tesla to look at that. 35 minutes, just enough time for me to do some work. It's just a giant traffic mess. Look at this. More beach traffic. Autopilot's driving, but keeps slamming on the brakes a lot. But there's a lot of traffic ripples here. You hear the retarders? I gotta get some retarders on my... That's the only time you can say retard and it's socially acceptable, when you say retarder.
Why don't you just call them Jake brakes?
Because they're engine retarders, I think is what they are. So some kind of... I'll have to look it up online. Retarder is a technical term.
Why did we
It's not an insult.
5 hours and 47 minutes of sleep last night?
It's because I had a listing I had to launch and a foodies, trianglefoodies.org group. And I'm still not done with all that stuff. We may never get there. We just stopped on the highway. Looks like they're doing HOV lanes all the way down to Fredericksburg now. Heading over to our next stop, finally out of the traffic, way south of Richmond. We're going to South Hill. I'm gonna stop and charge there. There's my mileage. All right, we're very close to the supercharger in South Hill, and we're losing battery fast. It seems to drop off as this vehicle's getting older, faster than I thought. I was going 80 miles an hour before, and I had to slow it down to 55 now because I don't want to arrive with less than 13 miles because I'm afraid that the pack's going to run out of juice and just cut out on us, which it has before. So I want to be above 10 miles of range, and I think we'll just barely make that because we got 3 miles to go. We'll just barely make it. This is supercharge number 1929. We got the place to ourselves.
Party going on.
It opened. It was a little bit reluctant to do it, but it did. Yep, we're charging, and we're lower than I want it to be, 11 miles, but still above 10. I would never recommend to anyone you ever go below 10. Like I said, try to arrive in the teens at the lowest. That's my recommendations. Well, as you can see, there's something wrong with this. This is the maximum power we've been getting is 65 kilowatts. That tells you, if you don't know, the amount of electricity going into your pack. It varies depending upon the state of charge, but right now we're at a low state of charge, and we're at a charger that has like up to 120 kilowatts max, and we should be getting that. Actually, 150 I think is what it does now. And other cars are here, and I'm sure they're probably getting that, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe these are just old chargers that are not repaired as often, because there is the new Henderson supercharger as of like a year or so ago, and maybe they don't repair them as well. I don't know. But either there's something wrong with my car or the charger. I'm guessing it's the charger because we didn't have this problem at the last one. And of course, the air conditioning compressor is new unless it's braking on us right now, right in front of us.
Feels fine.
Okay.
This is the first place you ever supercharged.
That's right. I have a million viewer video. Let me fix this, by the way, while we're here. Yeah, it's one of my top viewed videos ever. It was at this one. This is the place. So where are we going? Right? Driving, range mode. Turn the range mode off. Maybe that'll affect the way the air conditioner compressor works now. I don't know. No, it doesn't seem to affect anything. We should be at like 100. We should be double this rate right now. That's what we should be. Usually just a bell curve. It starts off really slow at the absolute bottom, which we were, but then it quickly speeds way up to like 120, 130 kilowatts, and then eventually it drops down after about half, 50% of the pack. So we're in the sweet spot, and that's all we're getting. You also may have noticed my tire pressures. I keep them much higher in the back, as you can see, and right now it's way higher than I normally have it because it's hot out. It's 83 degrees, and I set them in the winter, and now it's summer. I haven't let any air out, and I won't, because tires gradually lose air pressure over time. So generally what I'll do is I'll fill them up in the late summer and fall as we go into winter. That's what I'll usually do, try to fill them up once a year around that time as we enter winter. That's generally it, because that's when you've already lost air pressure and then the temperature drops. Fill them up there. They'll usually last through the winter, and then as the weather heats up, they'll be a little bit too high like they are now, because I like to keep them at like 54, 55 maybe. In this, so it's a little bit too high, but it'll lose air gradually over the summer and then return to normal. I also want to mention, I've done a lot of videos on this, I keep them higher in the back, especially on X and S, because they have the negative camber, and in order to get better tire wear, instead of on the sides of the tires, you want to have extra tire pressure in there. And I do have the new camber bars and toe bars from Intuitive, which absolutely helps the most, but still tire pressure will help, because when you have a higher than normal pressure, it's going to wear your tire more in the center of the tire, and when you have a lower than normal pressure, it'll wear it more on the edges. And we already have a problem wearing too much on the edges in the back, so that's why the backs are higher. And it's also, this X and S are also more of a rear biased driving vehicle in general, more like an old truck, I guess, but it's got a much more sophisticated suspension. All right, that Model 3 just left, and Denise just noticed that went up, and this absolutely confirms the fact that no one has priority at Tesla superchargers anymore. It used to be that if you plugged in first, you had priority. But because that car left and now we're spiking up to 130, we were here first. We should have had priority. Maybe it's because I plugged in at such a low speed and gave them, I don't even know, a low state of charge.
The car that left was here first. They had the puppy. They were walking on all around.
Right, but we were here before they arrived.
You were here
I
before
plugged
that
in.
car arrived.
No, there was empty here. If we review the video, we can review it. There was nobody here when we pulled up. If you watched the video, you saw. Anyway, we were plugged in first. They took priority. Somehow, even though we were plugged in first, it didn't used to be that way. And it may be because I plugged in at such a low state of charge that it wouldn't ramp up, so it automatically handed off priority to them. I had no idea. Maybe that could be what it is, actually. So that's the danger of coming in at a very low state of charge, is that you can't take advantage of the high rate of charge, and then someone could take the priority away from you. You think that's what happened? I have a feeling that maybe what happened. All right, well, at least they left quickly, and now we're back. I also want to mention this is the first summer time that we've had these shades on the windows. They're all the way back too. If you saw in the past, we've had videos reviewing how they work. And I just want to say, driving south like we're doing today in the sun, I don't have to wear my hat anymore at all. And I had the window tinted. Don't say I didn't have it tinted. I got videos on that. I had the 3M crystalline too, which is a top end. I still get sunburned through that. This is so much cooler. I can feel the heat on it though. Right behind, if I touch this, you feel this, you feel the heat. You touch it. It's reflective. I mean, it's gold in the back. But this is really great. I don't have to wear a hat anymore. I mean, you give up the sun, but we can pull it down on cloudy days if you want. And put it back up, no problem. But I definitely like driving south in the sun in the hot months with this thing on the Model X, because the shade that Tesla gives you has holes in it. It's not as effective as this. This is way more effective than the shade that Tesla gives you. And we've got a video on when we unboxed this and I installed all these too from EV Annex. And actually there's a discount code in the link on this video too. I mean the description of this video. All right, we are heading down past Henderson now towards Wake Forest and Raleigh on Capitol Boulevard, Route 1. We are heading out of Vance County now into Franklin County. All right, so we're in North Raleigh, Wake Forest, right at Main Street intersection, Route 1 for Wake Forest, where the cinemas are, and there's the Mac House right up here. It's right next to the Galaxy Fun Park too, if you know what that is. They have vegan options in here, so we're gonna check them out. I think they have vegan mac and cheese, a queso mac and cheese, jackfruit barbecue, is that right? On the mac and cheese?
And cauliflower bites.
And cauliflower bites, which are not a mac and cheese, I think. Buffalo chicken.
Make us famous.
All right, so we just got the queso is what we got. All the ones I just showed you, including the bacon one, they can make vegan. There's like 4 different options of different mac and cheeses. We just met Heidi, the owner, when we were in there. She was out of bacon, yeah. All right, we grabbed the first part of our dinner. We're heading over to the West Cary supercharger now to charge. We're gonna need some electricity before we go over to Durham. Over here on the left is all this land that Apple owns that they just announced they're going to build a campus here in RTP. I think it is. This is NetApp, but I think it's just beyond there. And it's down here on the way to the supercharger before we get there. You can see this open area of land there on the left. That's just past this bridge, I guess. Right here. And it's all woods and undeveloped, close to the supercharger. There's a biker along it. All through this area. It says no trespassing private property. Violators will be prosecuted. There's another no trespassing sign. This is supercharged number 1930. Alright, so Denise just unveiled the macaroni and cheese.
Queso style. Here we have, what do you call this? It's tomatoes and red onion. Smells good. Wait patiently.
Maybe, yeah, I can do that.
I don't think so.
I can wait. Alright, so Denise says it's spicy.
It's spicy. I wasn't expecting spicy.
I like spicy. We all love spicy, right? No, Denise doesn't
No,
like spicy.
I should have just ordered plain mac and cheese.
Oh, okay. Alright, so the rest of this spicy goodness is for me. And of course, since I really like the spicy, I'm adding the jalapenos for the last few bites.
Are those elbow noodles or spirally noodles?
Elbow.
They're stuck together, so they felt like spirals.
Alright, we're driving back through Research Triangle Park and over to Durham. Okay, so here's downtown Durham. We're going to pass it by, at least for now, because we're going somewhere to get, what are we getting?
Buffalo chicken salad.
Buffalo chicken salad. Okay. Alright, so this is where we are going, somewhere in here. Irwin Terrace Heavenly Buffaloes, there it is. Okay, you see the wipers here? I just noticed when we were driving, I was using the spray to clean it. I noticed that they are not going down all the way. They always kind of go down and they set in there. So now it's starting up higher. Like almost like the whole thing is shifted. Now, why would that happen? I wonder if they had to take the wipers off to get back to what was happening on the air conditioning compressor, and they didn't put them, see, like they should be down here now. See that? So I'm wondering what happened here, because I could tell when it was on, this wiper was going up too far over, way too far over, and it wasn't operating smoothly. Almost like they're off a little bit. There's nothing damaged with the wiper blades themselves. And you can see there's a bolt in there. See, there's a bolt in there. It holds it on. I don't know if it got knocked off, out of alignment. But this is, since I had the car in service, it hasn't rained since I got it back, so I haven't used it until now. So looking under the hood here, it should, yeah, the wiper should come down all the way, and it doesn't. It's out of alignment for some reason. It should be, see, it should be going down. It should be coming all the way down, and it's not. I don't know why. I see that's in the cover, there's a bolt here, here, and here. I don't know if they were loosened or changed in order to get in. Maybe they had to get in here for the compressor. And I don't know if that's supposed to have a cap on it or not, but it doesn't. That doesn't either. But yeah, this is not lined up right with the windshield wipers. Alright, I'm going to turn this on so you can see. And it's not working now because the door's, let me close the door. Oh shoot.
You're
Well,
your windshield.
it just broke off. You see, I knew something wasn't right. This just broke off. I don't know if we're even gonna have any windshield wipers now until this gets fixed. All right, I'm pulling this off now. Like now this goes all the way down, but look how loose this is. I don't understand what just happened. And you saw the thing break. I knew it was operating weird, but I have a feeling this wasn't put back together properly from when the air conditioning compressor was serviced. That's my guess. My guess is that this had to be taken apart and something wasn't done right. They gave me new wipers, which I asked for because I knew I needed new wiper blades, but I didn't think they were gonna get destroyed like this. I don't know, I don't even know what happened here. All right, now this looks like they both go down. This goes too far down now. I don't want to mess with this at all. I think something was not put back together with the windshield wipers from the air conditioning compressor, and something's really screwed up. I don't think there's any fixing this part now. So I'm gonna have to take it back to Tesla, and in the meantime, we're not gonna have any windshield wipers.
Vegan chicken.
All right, chicken, vegan chicken, and we got mild, and we've been typing my little thing to Tesla while we waited for this, but we're gonna split this, and we got some dressing, and we're ready to eat. We're ready to eat. Okay, mild is super hot. That's all I have to say, right? My lips are on fire, and it's mild, and I like spicy stuff, but mild here is hot. Right?
There's no need to try the hot one.
Yeah.
Mild was too hot.
All right, so we're going to Bull City Cider Works. We're right here in downtown Durham. They're doing a lot of construction. It's right behind this wine feed, and there's a ton of construction going on back here that wasn't here the last time we were visiting. They have a food truck here. All right, this is what we got, a selection of sweet stuff that they just picked out for us. Yeah, they picked for us.
I'm so happy that they picked them for us. Some people are so insistent that I call out my order. I really don't like doing that. The pink one would be pomegranate.
Okay, so while we're here, I'm typing up a new service report for Tesla because I was hoping I could continue the service chat that I had when my car was in recently for work. But apparently, because I said I didn't want to bring it right back in because of the charge port door issue that wasn't solved, they created a new issue that they closed the ticket out. So now I got to start a whole new appointment all over again. So it's going to be a while till I get back in, and I'm limited on characters, limited. So, excuse me. So I have to start up a new appointment and a new request, and it's probably gonna be another week, 10 days, I'm guessing, until I get in there.
It's yummy. But they were just short flights, but the way you had the camera angle, they looked like full-size 16-ounce glasses of beer. Someone did the oh my god face at our flight.
There's a cop right behind the car behind me. Pulling.
It's passing you.
Oh no, it's pulling. There. Okay, it's behind two cars behind me. It's pulling that car over. You can't see it in this, but it is back there. I don't know what happened. All right, we're at the Johnson County Rest Area. We've been here before. We've actually spent the night here before. And we get to spend the night here again. Are you excited? We get to use the bathroom. It's nice and clean in here. Does this thing just open when you walk up? Yeah, it does. Cool. Is this in sync? The 90s? Alright, I just want to mention that we listened to every Steely Dan song ever popular, ever imaginable through the ride from Durham over to here, right? Didn't we?
Yeah.
Since we're going to see them at Wolf Trap.
Yeah.
Since Denise said nothing was good at Wolf Trap till I looked into it and found groups like Steely Dan and Pitbull and Bare Naked Ladies happening in 2021.
Cat's back here.
We're sleeping with the truckers tonight. There they are.